Welcome back, everyone, for the next part of Limbus Company. In the last part, we have started our journey through the 4th chapter. And, well, let's just say, it's not going so well. We literally started a chapter and everything is getting destroyed. There's a violent abnormality on the surface. A bunch of drones who somehow get in our way instead of the way of the abnormality itself. The safety guards are getting butchered. The civilians are scared. And yeah. I kind of had to wait a couple of hours in order to recharge my energy a little bit. It's so unfortunate. Yesterday, or the day before that, I got a level up. I had to do my dailies for the battle pass because I wanted to get the abnormality ego thing. So I kind of had to use up that bar. But it's fine, it's fine. For those occasions we always have Nights of the Nightmare, right? Totally. And editing! I have a bunch of other stuff to do in the meantime when this is charging. Now technically speaking, we still have the resources right over here that I can use in order to recharge the stuff. But again, those are for emergency situations, right? Emergency situation when I have nothing else to do around here and I don't want to wait. Now then, without any further ado, where was I? Yeah, right here, the return. We were about to return to the bus, right? We no longer see those annoying drones. Now it's us between the abnormalities, the threat we actually should remove. Are we going to fight another abnormality? Are there more abnormalities running around here? Oh, and by the way, as I already mentioned in the last part, I increased the levels to 30. The levels are jumping rapidly between 27 and 30, and well, the last time the abnormality showed itself, it was a bit close, so I hope those level ups are going to help us out, right? It's certainly going to do it, hopefully. Now, oh shoot! We start with the abnormality right away! I don't even have the opportunity to build up my sanity! Is it the same one? Burn, burn, that's still the same. I'm not able to see the other skills. And the passes are still hidden. He lost the debuff, which means he's on full health. I guess he was already able to recover. Which is not good! Which is certainly not good, but we will see. At the very least, he's decently slow, so as long as we're lucky, we might be able to pull this off. Right? We might be able to pull this off. Okay, this is not good. This is certainly not going to be good. How high are the chances that you can survive it? I mean, sanity is 0. All of them have a decent chance of failing. But we will see! We will see! There you go. No, come on. Yes! Okay. Could have been much worse, but at the very least we didn't lose any HP. Yes! Oglu! Keep on going! You got this! No! Oh god! Yeah, I didn't expect that much out of this. Yeah. Oh god. Okay. 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 No. Oh. We have 2 staggers right from the start. Uh-huh. Seems fair. Seems really, really fair. It's a 343, but I can't do anything about it. Come on, Honglu! You got this! Be a beast! Be a beast! Don't give him any room! Use the tremor! What's this? Water drop? At the very least he already has an attack down! Okay, okay. Okay, she's under control. Everything's good. Everyone is de-staggered. So what is this? What's this? Unresolved sorrow. Gain attack power down by the count next turn. Turn ends plus a 3+ counter. Changes to expend sorrow. Uh-huh. And then of course their takedown, but their takedown is usual stuff. Lose clash, gain unresolved. Expending souls. So do I want to get more? Expending sounds better than unresolved. Don, can you handle this? No, but if you go below 50%, it's certainly going to be helpful. Now there is a... Oh god, there is an off... Oh my god, there is a small chance! Shoot! Honglu! I was about to say, how did you win that? There's a small chance that Don might be able to win after all. It's not the highest of chances, but there's a small and decent chance that you could pull it off. But I would love to get her below 50%. She won. She still won. Okay, what's this now? Changes behavior, expending sorrow. Is that good? Is that good? Inflict wavering emotions. Wavering emotions? Turn start. Randomly gain attack down. Paralysis, bind with this effect count. Then removes this effect. I don't really think that I want that. You also have sinking, which is another thing that I do not want to have. What was that? On clash win, gain attack oh no you don't. Okay. You weren't hit this time around. But you're going out strong this time around, so I have to answer in kind. Okay, 25. Need to hope that it rolls high. Okay, let's just hope. Let's just hope. It's gonna be fine. 28. The blade is certainly going to help out a little bit. Right? Only a good 80. That's good. Come on. There you go. More tremor. I would really appreciate it if I could, I don't know, get my tremor bursts. This doesn't really look like it. No! My secret ace! Okay, she's down to 50% though. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Not that high. But I have to count on it. I have to count on it, which is not good. Everyone else is staggered. Who's targeted right now? Ooh, they are all going to kill my Ryoshu. And I really need to make this count. Good luck! Good luck, Ryoshu. You might not survive it. Yeah, you might certainly not survive it. It's not going that well, right? It's not going that well. Okay, we got the hit. We got the hit, but you're still going to get hit by the body. That's the thing. You're still getting hit by the body. Oh my god. Are you still alive? You're actually still alive. How did you manage to pull that off? Okay. Now we just need to finish it off. Actually speaking, you know what? Full out attack. Screw it. Right? Just screw it. Make sure that it dies. Just make sure that it dies. It was not really a high roll, but could certainly be worse. Okay. Just a bit more. Good! We got him! We got him! I'm not entirely sure if that tier thingy was a good idea. Probably not. He got suddenly stronger. We should have probably stayed with 2. But that's alright. It's... Anyways. As the prolonged cycle of pain came to an end, the abnormality has been successfully suppressed. We can return to the bus now. It was a success that accompanied many deaths and revival on our side, but I nodded anyways. We got back on the bus, harboring a few unanswered questions. You came back later than expected. I was about to take my first nap in a while. I explained the oddities we ran into earlier to Virtulos. To be more precise, Faust did the heavy speaking because he's not able to understand me. But that's alright. I was expecting him to coldly tell me to do my job, as the middle manager and follow whatever orders I'm given, but his answer was surprisingly earnest. The existence of abnormality has been almost completely unknown to the public, and we don't possess all the details on them either, Dante. I didn't think you would admit it right away. Faust flinched a little, but didn't relay what I just said. Enigmatic as they are, let's leave Miss Faust and the other departments of our proud Limbus company to uncover all the details in the future, as we likely ought to do. Will do. Was Faust giving any time at all to do some sort of research on this job? The mysteries were left unsolved, but if Faust accepted the suggestion without a hinge, that probably means she thought of a way. You, why do you have your shoulders hunched over like that? You're short enough as you are, and the shrunken position makes you practically imperceptible. I hope to meet Lord Siegfried again. Who was Lord Siegfried again? Wasn't that the man who took the photos of himself and cutting us down with one hand? Yeah, that maniac in the hero suit. Right, that Zack Fletcher guy. Ishmael was breathing audibly through her nose. The incident at the checkpoint must have left some deep grudge for her. Eager was I to show him my valiant acts of rescuing the imperiled civilians. I vow that I shall meet him again as a fixer of noble cause and... reunions are more touching if it's after a long time, Dawn. Try thinking that it's a good thing that he didn't show up today. I mean, in the future you might even impress him even more, right? It really is strange, though. He's not one to miss a spectacle with this many specters around. Oh, is he kind of like a celebrity then? You could say that. He has a flair of showmanship, so it's usual for Keiko to take advantage of these kinds of commissions by sending him. But if he hasn't shown up for this perfect opportunity to draw the public's attention, then that means this isn't something they want people to notice. I shan't take such vicious slander of Lord Siegfried. On the 5th row of page 42 of his autobiography, A Hero Shall Keep Smiling Until His Last, he writes that he shall be there to aid the weak no matter when and where. Alright, you best hold on to that belief of yours dearly. That way you will have something to cling to when you face the extreme in the future. But I have to say, it is a bit weird though, right? It was a bit weird, all things considered. Even the security bot thingies try to get in our way. And if Siegfried, who usually always shows up for the showmanship, doesn't come around, even though so many people were in danger, then it is a bit weird. It is a bit weird, because they were certainly in trouble, right? Anyways, it seems like the client is already waiting for us. We managed to defeat the abnormality and got back on the bus. Who could be giving us a request? I looked out the window, pretending not to hear Ishmael's faint humming. She's humming? Like Sharon? Oh, I won't be able to hear the hum then. Oh no! No! The last time I missed it and it was supposed to be a Christmas theme. If she is humming a theme as well, there's no way I can tell. As the fluent conversation reached an end, the bus lazily pulls to a stop. We'd arrived in front of a building, so tall that it would take a while to count the floors. A few shrank down as if intimidated. I understood Sinclair being warned, but Heathcliff and Ishmael? Well, they also seemed to be pressured. A few looked around with curious eyes, and some others walked and carried themselves as if they knew they deserved royal treatment. Ryoshu, 100%. Honglu, of course! Of course! The first time! Woo, a gigantic building. Well, don't mind if I do. I guess we've earned some renown. We're finally being invited to a place regular people would live. Regular people? Let me make one thing clear. If the request and the reward's a load of tosh, like last time, I'm out. Heathcliff ground his teeth. whether by Honglu's word or due to the memories of what he got into the last time we were here. Ah, you're a little late, as expected. As expected? Had manners. It's a pleasure to meet you again. I want you to know that this is my heartfelt sentiment, and not a formality. Seriously? With that face, I couldn't tell. Nevertheless, a familiar face I've never expected to see again greets us. I'm out. I'm already out. Told you so. Give it a moment at least. Let's at least hear what he has to say, okay? Oh, let's go. Do you even get how it feels to have nightmares about doing the tango with raw chicken? Huh? No idea. To tell you the truth, my last request was a test to measure your competence. And you passed with flying colors. Congratulations. I mean this one as well. Who are you to test and grade us? You! That's of course at the discretion of Mr. Zamjo, my shredded secretary. So you must be from Limbus company. And who's that now? Dong Reng. Okay. A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dong Reng. I heard a lot about you from Zamjo. It almost made me a fan. Oh, a fan? Did thou say just now that we have earned thine adoration? Ah, it's just flattery, Dawn. If I'm being quite honest, the test wasn't my idea. I mean, you aren't lap hands or anything, and you deserve better than involuntary test. Indeed, it was my suggestion. I had reason to do so, as your Limbus company is a little-known firm that could or could not be newly established. We couldn't take the risk of entrusting an unknown organization with a request from Mr. Dong Reng's word alone. So that means you're requesting us? Ishmael asked for confirmation that this was indeed a direct request. Her face seems rather proud. Why, of course. Because you all are. Yeah? Yeah? Why don't I just show you my lab? There are many funny things. You didn't finish that. Why? Why did you pick us? Well, changing the subject so shamelessly is only going to bother us more. Yeah? Sorry. Are you really going to take these people to your laboratory? Why not? They passed your test, didn't they, Mr. Zamjo? And if they got the skill to take down what they call an abnormality, as we saw today. Oh, dost thou hear it? My trace of heroic deed indeed make themselves known to the masses in no time. Foo! Maybe Siegfried also saw that. That's a funny way to put it. And you must be the manager. It was Dante, yes? May we speak for a moment? Faust tried to say something to Dong Reng, but he and Sandra pulled me far away by the time she stepped. How are we supposed to we need a dolmetcher here. You wouldn't be able to understand me. Unless, of course, you want to have a monologue of some kind. Application? Are you trying to hire me? No, right? We saw someone we never thought we would see again, but the sinners didn't seem too thrilled about the reunion. Okay. The client who said his name as Dong Reng started a friendly conversation. This is despite the fact that no one other than the sinners can hear what I say. Probably the reunion is with that Sanjo guy. Yeah, the last time we met him it wasn't so pleasant. Didn't he drag us into a whole fight because of one little rock? He still has a head that needs to be cut off, right? We're all sure. There's still unfinished business with Mr. Sanjo, but I guess that can wait a bit longer. Are you actually going to hire me, even though you can't understand me? I mean, I don't mind, but you two can't really hear me anyways. I was too embarrassed to bring it up in front of the whole crew, but actually, one of your employees was an old friend of mine. Oh? Who is it? And he wouldn't give me a nod either. Perhaps he was embarrassed like me. It was a struggle to hide how disheartened I was. Maybe we weren't as close as we thought then. Wait, can you even hear my voice? Mr. Dong Reng, this individual is unable to communicate normally. And that is why I'm speaking, Mr. Samjo. It's like I'm back to being a child, muttering my woes to a wind-up toy, don't you think? So that all was a monologue? Wow! And what are you two even doing? Why do I even need to listen to it then? That doesn't make sense. It was mostly because of him that I decided to send my request to you. I can trust a familiar person better than a stranger. See? This is why I can't let my guard down for even a second. You're too easily influenced by human attachment. So, let me ask you a favor. Use your tact and consideration to pretend that you know nothing about the relationship between him and me, okay? You haven't even told me who that friend is. I could only let out a deep sigh and shake my head. The conversation that never got through ended as arbitrarily as it began. This isn't asking a favor. You're giving me a notice. And they just leave like that. Okay, fine. We are at the Laboratory 8. Ordinary visitors would not be permitted to go any further. But since you've been invited by Mr. Dongring, I will show you to the interior. Ooh, wow! I hoped I could work at a company as big as this. Then maybe you could have applied to one. Why didn't you give it a shot? You're joking, right, Rodion? Not everyone can just join these companies. This kind of firm only accepts the very best of the elite. Like Faust or Yi Sang, for example. Ishmael's remark gave me a good opportunity to bring up my earlier questions. Yeah, why did you even choose to join Limbus company out of all the options that you had? There must have been a better place to shoot for. Because I'm Faust. That's all the exploration that you need. Faust decides for herself where she wants to go. There was a certain energy in her confident, clarifying tone that discouraged me from asking another question. And what about you, Yi Sang? Let me take the trouble of asking in return, manager. Why did you join the company you work for? Simple. I was about to die. I had to form this contract, otherwise I would have literally died. So it was either join or die. Grave or bus. Huh? Simple as that. I mean, it's because I had no other choice. Yeah, even he understands it completely. That should sufficiently answer your question. So that means you also didn't have a choice. But you're not going to elaborate on that, even though everyone else knows exactly what happened to us. We are not allowed to ask the same. Okay, that's fair. It looks like Ishmael wasn't exaggerating about the qualification it takes to join this firm. The laboratory was dominant by a stillness that could only be achieved with everyone in total focus. Dante! Look there! You see that? The fridge is full of snacks! We could take one or maybe 10, and they wouldn't even notice because they're too focused. And we would break that stillness with nonchalance. Take as many as you would like. Mr. Sanjo, pack some snacks from the break room into small bundles to give them later. Understood. Oh, that's just so awesome! Ishi, maybe we should quit our job and join up here. Everyone can hear you, Rodion. Rodion, the work contract says. Joking, Faust, I'm just joking, see? Were you? Let's move on to the request. You're bringing outsiders into the building now. What are you, a field trip guide, Dongrang? Who's she? You kind of remind me a little of Hot, because of the hairclip part. Huh. But the attitude? Not so much. Pardon me. This is Shireen. She's the manager of the department next to mine, and a colleague who joined the company at the same time as I did. Visiting me to hurl hurtful words takes up much of her daily routine. I figured someone's got to point out the massive drain on our company's welfare budget. That is literally your team. Okay, the attitude is different. I see some different in her. And if you're wondering about how we spend our welfare budget, you will see when the Department of the Year's trophy is awarded. Right, Sanjo? It would take a full day to list the benefits the department chooses as the best receives. You snobs, the both of you! Is that a rival? I do suppose excellence is followed by envy wherever it is. True. Envy fuels advancement, as they say, so it's only right for us to show a little generosity for those following behind. Should we give some of the pies we bought from that store to Shireen's department, Mr. Sanjo? I was planning to do so. The pepper, chili, lettuce, and curry flavored one specifically. That also sounds tasty? Now then, let's get back to the main topic. I heard the rumors. They were about a newly formed company, collecting organic object called the Golden Barrow. And those Golden Barrows are found exclusively inside the closed-down branch facilities of Lobotomy Corp. How did you learn about the existence of the Golden Barrow? It was recently discovered. We'd been using a Lobotomy Corp branch near to our research facility as a lab until a few months ago. You set up a lab in that horrible place? But I thought they were all buried underground. Well, I guess there were rare resources and documents that they could see, or rather use. Did the scope of your research include abnormalities? Why, certainly. No researcher could overlook such intriguing subjects. Researchers must be all soft in the head, if that is what they're interested in. Hold on. When you were mumbling rubbish and tossing a rock at one of those chicken heads, did you... I will say Heathcliff's unexpected fit of insight surprises me sometimes. You led us into dealing with distortion in a coincidental encounter, so that you could gather data for your research on abnormalities and distortions. Mr. Sanjo here is not good at acting. I suppose it's due to his upright way of life. Please understand, we have no means to clearly distinguish a distortion from an abnormality. A person distorts when the mind crumbles to a figurative piece, was it? It was a stellar figure of speech. Did you restore his crumbling mind back to health then? There's no way to piece together someone else's broken mind. We merely showed him the way. It was the choice of the restaurant's owner whether to stay there or take that path. Wow, you know so much. If I were just a bit younger, I'd be jumping and hopping, trying to high-five you. You're always unwelcome to try. Mr. Dongrang, you're becoming sidetracked again. Ah, you're right. Alright, then one day we were happily indulging in research in that laboratory of the Lobotomy Corp branch facility. Armed terrorists attacked the place. It was all too sudden. Have you ever seen a bomb set off before your eyes? It's quite a spectacle. It all starts and ends in a split second. Just like the universe, isn't it? Where are these terrorists now? The members have almost nothing in common, and their motives is unknown. They only show up recently. In the end, the terrorist organization took over the laboratory Mr. Dongrang's team had stayed in. That must be when the lab was removed. How severe were the damage? Dongrang turned his gaze from Yi Seng to his Beretta's unoccupied seat. You see those empty seats? They will stay that way for a while. Their owners died in that act of terror. Looking closely, I saw snakes and flowers placed on the cushion, probably a way to mourn the dead. This fellow, we only managed to recover a finger from. We couldn't find the right place to put it, so we've been keeping it in a storage. It should be over the display on the second floor. A solemn silence filled the office, but Dongrang continued, brushing the empty desk with his hands. There's so much we had to leave behind. Dongrang. I especially miss the plague modeled after the face of my character. That was a favorite souvenir of mine. I'll be stumped. I can tell how much of that he's saying is a joke and how much of it is serious. What about that seat then? Our attention was brought to the white desk that was completely empty. Ah, that one is reserved. We're waiting for a new employee to take that seat. Oh, is there an application guideline for the position then? Where can I see it? Ishmael's bright-eyed inquisition was interrupted by Sanjo's displeased utterance. Oh dear, our Miss Sanjo's feeling all uncomfortable now. Shall we actually get to the point then? Samjo. Let me be blunt. I suggested an accord that would benefit both parties. If you help us retake the laboratory, we'll yield the ownership of the gold barrow we have found to you. I have a question. Is this a fixed contract or a post-fulfillment review contract? Will it be represented by delegated bodies or co-executive members? Allow me to answer that. This will be an immediate, delegate body represented contract with no rarity liabilities. A contractual signing overseen by the overseer of a Grade 1 contract office will take place following due process. A contract office? I don't know what's going on. Does it really have to be so complicated? Yes, it has to be. Otherwise some parties might try to scam the others. Right? In Jacob's district, we couldn't get the gold barrow right away, despite winning because we didn't have anyone oversee the deal. True. Oh, and that Ayuda from the Merry Achilles, or how it was called, she started a fight even after Rhodia won the game. It's Ida from Los Mariachis. Ah, right. That's right. Instead of playing the role of the observer, she left us with no choice but to take the barrow with force. Which is why it is safer to use the service of an association or a contract office to stand as an observer, or to notarize the contract, even if it can be a bit costly. That is what Miss Faust probably considered most carefully, I think. Ishmael explained like it was common knowledge. I guess it's something well known among the city's folk. The contract certainly favors our side, as long as the goal is achieved. True. We watch with our mouth agape as the two declare the conclusion at once. This is a secret, but I frankly don't get more than half of what Sancho says. I just nod like, oh, I see, and just move on. Isn't that a coincidence? It's the same for us too. Aren't you supposed to be the last person to be ignorant of your own secretary's words? Yeah, still, I guess making a contract with K-Corp's laboratory means we won't be filing against the wing staff for a while, right? As long as we don't cause more trouble, sure. You know, those people who would keep healing their wounds? Yeah, that would be troublesome. The team fell into sober silence. All the memories related to them were filled with misery and suffering. Ah, so you've seen K-Corp's regenerative technology already. We have more than seen it. Had to deal with it over and over again. I get sick of the thought. Why don't I just show you around my lab instead then? It's not here though. You'll have to take the elevators once more. You would show them that much, Mr. Dong Rang? That place is off limit for unauthorized personnel. You just made a really funny noise, Mr. Sanjo. Well, it shouldn't hurt. We're hanging out a bit to celebrate the provisional contract being signed. I wasn't sure if that was an appropriate way to celebrate things, but since no one on the team objected, I decided to follow him. But I guess we're going to save that for the next book. Oh god, 3 books in a row? Okay. Regenerative Impulse 4-9. After boasting about K-Corp's regenerative technology, Dong Rang invited us to his lab. Disregarding Sancho's visible shock, we followed Dong Rang into his workplace. Well, don't mind if I do, right? Don't mind if I do. But I have to say, if there are so many book events around here, I probably didn't even have to wait so many hours for my energy. Dong Rang! This is where the regenerative ampoules are made. They are publicly called HP bullets, but the underlying principle is a nanobot-based medical treatment. There have been struggles here and there, but at the moment, the ampoules I slightly modified recently is the most commonly used version. So let me get this straight. You're the one who supplied that? Damn it! Do you have any idea how much that made us suffer? We barely managed to crawl out from that adversary. I'm relieved that none of you seem to have passed away, or suffered severe wounds at the very least. That reminded me. I was told companies have different definition of dead on the job, and the process of dealing with them. I'm sure Mr. Sanjo gave me an explanation on it. So, Dongring, are you continuing your research on improving those cure-all nanobots? Of course not. HP bullets have long been commercialized. My project right now is the improvement of livestock using them. Livestock? Improving livestock? If cutting as a concept is reduced to irrelevance, if it becomes limited to a fleeting moment, think about it. We can get an endless supply of high-quality meat. And it's not just any meat. The flesh will come from livestock research and improve with the combined effort of countless minds. That is the quality and rarity we're talking about. It seems. Dongring has a love for meat as deeply as Rodia's. Love, you say? You might be right. If endlessly devoting time and care could be called love. I guess snobby bunch get along well then, huh? Hey, don't beat up our client, okay, Heathcliff? Depends on how they behave. Back to the chickens. We see live chickens whose wing and legs are being sliced endlessly. They don't even struggle, as if they feel no pain. Is that how nanobots look? All I see is liquid. When infinitesimal particles have fluidity, they will look pretty much the same as fluid. Infinitesimal? So it's really cut into the smallest particle possible. Is that it? Smaller than sand. Is it really necessary to go this far for food? This size too disgusting to handle for a rich boy who grew up on juicy meat, huh? Kiddo, there are lots of people in the world who would go any length for a meal. No, I mean, this isn't the same, and my family wouldn't eat any meat. I was an exception though. Why does it have to be like this? What I'm trying to say is, I think I know what you're getting at. It does feel rather unnatural, doesn't it? If it was simply for the sake of improving food, there could have been more effective ways to do it. There's one thing I can say for sure, if this technology had been made available in the back streets, they would have used it for years. My friends and I wouldn't have had to rummage through the trash cans. See? Exactly. Nobody would need to suffer, or at the very least feel hunger. Technology. Huh? No. This is no more than breeding. They will never realize that they have the ability to fly for their entire life. Yiseng spoke, staring directly into Dong Ren. It was unusual for him to take this much interest in the matter. I must object. Chicken cannot fly in the first place, and this technology has provided equal welfare to many. It's okay, Sanjo. For someone who usually wouldn't look others in the eye, to glare directly at a person. That is a sign of desperation, isn't it? Is it? He closed his eyes though. The husbandry. Something seems to have happened on the lab. Will it be a good choice to head there now? It will be fine, Sanjo. They're skilled enough that they got out of a scuffle with K-Corp. Security staff armed with regenerative ammo without a scratch. No, wait! You have a false impression here. It's not... we got destroyed. That hero guy, he literally pulverized all of my crews. We didn't get out of the scuffle unharmed. We literally got killed over and over again. The only reason that we look at top condition right now is because of my Dante's healer effect, you know? That you don't even know about. I'm not even sure if Mr. Samjo was able to see that. Oh god, that took a lot of time though. I think one more is... Yeah, I can certainly do one more. At the very least, let me use a little bit of my energy that I painstakingly saved, right? Yeah. Please let me use a little bit. A terrorist organization, 410. Intruders broke into the lab. Some just calling them terrorists, but they reject the notion and instead introduce themselves as Technology Liberation Alliance. Whether they are, we have to fight them to survive the attack and proceed with their request. So they aren't terrorists? Okay. Code Purple! Code Purple! Okay. An explosion has been detected. Please protect yourself from danger by swiftly moving onto your desk. Okay, intimidating machines. They are using machines. Oops, that was a misfire. The second explosion has been detected. Please activate the regenerative ampoules in your possession and please wait for K-Club security staff that will arrive within 18 seconds of... Same old announcement. I wonder why a broadcast like that, told in such a calming voice, right? Wouldn't a little gasp and panic be more efficient than getting people to evacuate? Technically yes, but you don't want them to panic. Okay, but I have no idea how to call you. Glasses girl. Let's just go for glasses for now. See? Getting so preoccupied with all that technology and science nonsense dulls your empathy with feelings. You talk too much. Be quiet. Is everyone alright? If you aren't, take a regenerative sample. A cross-complication test is normally needed, but we're in an emergency. You look unfazed. Doesn't a terrorist attack usually throw everyone into chaos? The first attack did have everyone in panic. The explosion detection broadcast didn't exist either. Mr. Sandro hid under his desk for quite some time. As I kept saying, the attack occurred in the lobby and I was merely attempting to pick up a notebook that fell under the desk. You must take the situation seriously, Mr. Dongrang. An attack on K-Corp's laboratory in the middle of the nest is not a matter of course. For sure, they managed to arrive at the floor where the researchers are. Oh, I think I sprained my left ankle, Sandro. I watched as Sandro injected a regenerative ampoule into Dongrang's body. Are they the terrorists that are occupying the Lobotomy Corp's branch? Indeed. Speak of the devil. They are part of the terrorist organization? They don't really look like well-trained combatants. Well, would you look at that? You got an eye for that now, kid? It's natural. They aren't the one directly engaging in combat. It should take a single glance to notice that they appear lean and fragile, just like Mr. Dongrang. I've seen rich swords that don't get into fights, still getting body enchant argumentations just in case. You're sure that they aren't just acting weak? It's not necessarily the case, as various ways to argument the bodies are. Some may be repulsed by it, physically or mentally. Some nests even forbid their residents from getting procedures above a certain level of power if they aren't qualified. They don't want their lowlies to rise up and topple the ruling class over, huh? Yeah, I couldn't deny those possibilities. Each nest must have its own reason. But, fundamentally speaking, argumentation procedures are like a high-performance vehicle. If an unqualified drivers were to try and handle a vehicle with a power output above that they can usually handle, layers of orders in the nest would fall apart in no time, so they would like to prevent that from happening. Sorry to interrupt your passionate exposition. The pain was genuine for me, just so you know. Soon enough, people wearing familiar outfits appear among the unforgettable beats of footsteps. Oh, the securities are back. They're on our side this time around. Don, it's fine. We are not the bad guys this time around. They're on our side. They're on our side. The one from the checkpoint. Be calm, guys. Be calm. And now they're our reliable allies. Those robots. They look seriously hostile. Hemorrhage within 5 seconds. Spinal damage of at least 12 centimeters in length. Direct impact on corrosion arteria. Destruction of the cranium. These steps will ensure that the enemy will immediately die without unnecessary suffering. Oh, really? It can do that, but wasn't it mainly to fully destroy the brain so that they can't regenerate themselves? Hey, if you don't mind, would you pretend we did if this doesn't kill you right away? My body stays up all night upgrading the instant kill function to ensure that none of you suffer. He's kind of nice that he even thinks of something like that. Maybe he doesn't even like the act of killing. Huh? I mean, the description already said that you don't want to be called terrorist, right? Quiet! And he seems to be shy as well. See, I told you. With that recoil distance, it only reached as deep as the Occipital lobe. Did you really have to learn it through trial? Damn it, it should have gone all the way through the temporal lobe. We can't lose to them. We have robots of our own. They should be here any minute now. Ah, there it is. The regenerative ample administration drone. It must be pretty handy to have them around. Do they inject the amples right as the staff is injured? Yes, as long as the head are lost, and the amples is injected before the golden time passes and their brains stop functioning, they are practically undying. So as long as they keep on healing them, they're going to be fine. That's good. That's good to know. He still got hit quite badly though. Injuries like holes in the internal organs. Ugh! God! Or broken bones can be healed in seconds. Even still, they wouldn't be immune to the pain. How can they be so calm about it? They won't even bat an eye at the colleagues right next to them being cut down. Natural behavior. If all wounds can be healed in seconds, all judgment regarding it will be secondary. If that's the case, will we become like that eventually? Maybe. I don't see a reason to think about such a thing right now. I was just curious. Oh, by the way, what are these new faces with that unfamiliar outfit? Anyone want to introduce yourself? None of our business. True, but it's kind of awkward to just be facing them. Someone's gotta talk, no? And why should we introduce ourselves to a terrorist organization? We are no mere terrorist organization. Watch your words. I don't hate the sound of it. It lines up with my beliefs when I was 4. I had to answer the call of the Grand School because the paper I wrote on Adams won a prize at the age of 11. Shut it. We are the Technology Liberation Alliance. Liberate what technology exactly? Does technology yearn for freedom? Maybe they're talking about the animals lab, I think? I mean, they could yearn for freedom. You hear that? He thinks we are animal protectors or something. Sorry, but that went out of fashion long ago. You think we're working day and night, assembling machines just to fight for happily raised chicken, fried in healthy oil? Type X32 bolts are so hard to get these days. We have to order them from other nests, you know? Do you have any idea how much tax it adds? You can substitute Type X32 bolts by casting a C9 bolt and tempering it in an interval of 2 hours. You aren't going to win over us by acting all smart. Oh, no. Wait. This might actually be right. That could work. Could you tell us why you're offering advice to the enemies now, Miss Faust? You wouldn't understand. Researchers have agreed more valuable than life. If somebody asks a question, we're going to help each other out, right? Probably. Something like that. But we're still forced to fight them now. I'm not even sure if they even have a chance to make use of that. What the... Did they pull him together with scraps? Crude retching ball. Crude saw blade bot. Okay, the condition of those things aren't really that good. But I guess it could always be worse, right? It could always be worse. Let's go for the safe option first. But then again, it's Dawn. Dawn should be able to win against that. Let's go for the 13. Green. Double green. We need to get a bunch of green around here. Oh no, Dawn already lost. It's fine. At the very least, it didn't really do that much damage, right? Oh, by the way, one thing. Sanity's fixed. Treasure risen by tremor. And this one is the same, but also takes damage from rapture. Okay, just wanted to make sure. After all, technically speaking, this is a new type of bot. But all the bots are going to follow the same thing. I want to save my bullets. So we go for the 16 first. Let's go for the 16. 11 is good enough. 10 is okay. And another 8. There you go! Good hit on this guy. Seems like they are relatively tanky though. she lost another one of those clashes, but it's fine. As long as we get the tremor on them, it's certainly going to be very helpful. Okay, they are already sparking. Is that a good thing? There's some kind of marker there. Gain 3 posture. Not entirely sure if that's a good thing, but at the very least we have the stagger. So is that going towards tremor? Not really, so we stick with... Oh wait, it's rampage. I don't have you go first, so we're going to stick with it. He doesn't have tremor either, so we're going to apply it. 12 is okay. 17, just for safety reasons, and... let's just go for orange. Orange should be enough. He's already staggered. He's literally already staggered. There's no way he can survive that hit. Right. Totally. As well as this guy, because he's already bleeding. Okay, is everyone winning their clashes? Yes. Looks good. That guy's also defeated, which is perfect. Second one down. Then we can just go for the weak ones. Unless, where's my Honglu? Do you have go first? You don't, but I would love for you to at least use the ability first. Ah, but I can't do that with her. I'm gonna lose a good one. I'm gonna lose a good dice if I did that. And we will see, right? We will see. Maybe he's able to survive it a bit longer. Yes! Yes! Thank you, Don! Thank you for only attacking with a weak attack. That's exactly what I needed. What's this? Fragile, defense down. 5 defense down. Could be dangerous. But doesn't have to be. I think I would love to have more posture. 20 is good enough. 14 has to work. Going first would be appreciated. I still have 9 bullets, so that should be fine. And 13. I need more tremor, so that my Ryoshu is able to win her clashes. Okay, I was about to say, seems like Ishmael had some trouble there. But he was able to apply the tremor without much issues. It's good. That is really good. 10. 6. Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Another drone down. 20 is good. That guy doesn't have tremor. But I'm still going for it because it's stronger. Going first. I guess we have to go for rampage, even though I would love to save it for the next round. 16. 13 is good enough. Over breath. A little bit of purple. I still have the bullets for suppression. But seeing how there's literally no interaction here, I guess double green is better for this. Yeah, at very least we can boost up the green attacks a little bit further with the triple green. Yeah, there's no way. There was no way for that guy to survive that. And of course the rampage is going to do some serious work here as well. Look at him go! Look at him go! He's ripping them apart! There we go! Okay. Style points? Style points. That's going through easily. That's a bit trickier, but it's fine. We're going to go for as many green as we can. With overbreath as well, but then again, he's 100% not going to survive this. He's certainly not going to survive it. Let's be serious. Even with a tail, the resonance is going to give us quite a great boost. And there they go. Goodbye, bots. Maybe with the better materials, it could have went a bit better for your team. But it's alright, right? It's alright. Now then. Victory, this time around Honglu was the guy. With 28%. Good job. And we have another fight against the terrorist. Just a fight, no interaction. Okay, okay. I mean, I do have the energy. My time, though. My time. It's not looking that good. It really isn't. But I might be able to include this one as well. If there are some new types in there. Is this new? No. I'm pretty sure they were able to build more varieties of this stuff, right? Maybe. Maybe in the second round. Disappointing, I have to say. No varieties. Sadly, no varieties. But then again, those were just scraps of machines. And I already had problems getting the bolts, the correct bolts for the machines. I can kinda guess, yeah, once they figured out a working technique, they kind of had to stick with that. Okay, but the next one is going to have a book again, and I'm pretty sure that we are not able to fit that in the part. Yeah, I probably already went a bit overboard. But come on! I waited 2 hours for this! And I didn't even have a chance to use up my energy! Like at all! Right? I had to go a bit overboard today. I had to! Nevertheless, I hope you guys had fun in today's part. And see you next Monday. Until then, bye bye!